Would you rather have an auto of maybe the greatest player of all time, or one of the best autos of a young player averaging 19 points per game this season? We're going to look at that, and we're going to look at some interesting spring training news on today's Daily Slab. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into today's Daily Slab. I am Nate, and to start off today, we've got our post of the day, and it is a Devin Vassell NTRPA out of 10 SGC 9.5 that sold for $3,000 the first week of March, compared to an Ultimate Collections LeBron James auto from 2004, second year auto, that also sold for $3,000 in the first week of March. Now, on its head, you say to yourself, a LeBron James auto sold for as much as a Devin Vassell auto? That doesn't make any sense. But you dive into it and you realize, NT, massive card. NT RPA, number to 10, also a massive card. And Devin Vassell is a 22-year-old that's averaging 19.2 points a game this year with the Spurs. And so hopefully there is upside, and there with upside comes increased value. We all get that. On the other side, LeBron's auto here is not a rookie. It's a second-year auto. But still, it's kind of crazy, obviously, to look at these two cards and say, yes, we understand. They're not the same type of card. We get it. They're not both rookies. That LeBron is not one of his best cards ever, which this Devin Vassell is. And yet, you could buy a LeBron auto, potentially going to go down as the greatest basketball player of all time, though likely second. One or two top basketball player of all time, or Devin Vassell, who, yes, he's averaging 19 points as a 22-year-old, but look at LeBron's stats. So, Devin Vassell is averaging 19.2 points per game, 22 years old. LeBron's highest points per game total ever, lowest points per game total ever, was 20.5 or 20.9 as a 19-year-old. Basically 21 points per game. That's his lowest ever as a 19-year-old. Devin Vassell averaging 19.2 as a 22-year-old. Devin Vassell's highest scoring game ever, 29 points in a game. LeBron is averaging 29.5 points per game as a 38-year-old this year. And of course, we are covering the greatest of all time compared to Devin Vassell. It's not a fair equation. It's not fair to compare the two. But because the prices are similar, we are comparing them. And for my money, I get it. I get that Devin Vassell is the upside here. You look up in 5 years and he's shooting 7 threes a game on 39% shooting this year. If he pushes that up and all of a sudden he's starting to average 24 points a game, leading the Spurs back to the playoffs, okay, yeah, I get that. But is that a risk I would want to take with $3,000 when I can find a LeBron auto, one of the greatest of all times, that's just going to keep getting, the prices are just going to keep going up and up as he gets older? I wouldn't take that risk. I would buy the LeBron all day long. Of course, I don't have $3,000 to spend on a card like this, but if I did, it's the LeBron all day long. I'm not taking the risk on that Devin Vassell. But let me know what you think. Would you go for the Vassell, obviously the nicer card, so to speak, or do you go for the greatest of all time second-year auto and take this safe play? It's definitely two different mindsets here on which one you're buying, and I would love to hear from you on which one and why in the comments below. We have a second post of the day, and this one comes from Jeff Passan, and I will admit, there is not any card knowledge in here. There's no sharing of card prices in this next section, but I thought it needed to be talked about. Spring training 2022 versus 2023. Time of game 2022, 3 hours and 1 minute. Time of game 2023, 2 hours and 36 minutes. You're saving 25 minutes a game so far. Runs per game, 10.6 to 11. Stolen base attempts per game, 1.6 to 2.4. Batting average balls in play on ground balls, hence the banning of the shift. So the batting average balls in play on ground balls would go up with the banning of the shift. Well, it has 235 to 258. Strikeout rate 239 to 231, or 23.9 to 23.1. What that shows you is that everything that they were hoping for has come to fruition with the rule changes. The game has sped up. There's more action on the base pass. There's slightly more runs per game. There's been a few more hits, especially left-handed hitters not getting a couple more singles in game type of thing. Everything you could want has gone up, and the strikeout rate, pitchers having to move faster, maybe missing a couple more spots per game, has dropped the strikeout percentage. Now, it's not drastic. It's not drastic points, right? It's 0.4 here, 0.8 there, you know? But you add that up over the course of a season, and it makes a slightly more enjoyable watch because there's just slightly more action, and you ramp that up over the course of a season, and it should get better and better. And these are stats where pitchers are usually way ahead in spring training. What's going to happen when the hitters catch up in the warmer months of June, July, and August? I think you could see these things explode even further from that. It's cool to see the comparisons between 2022 and 2023 and to see what is happening with the rule changes. And I thought it was cool, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I love baseball. I love baseball any which way. You want to keep it like it was the last couple of years? Okay, I'll still enjoy it. You want to move it and change it and ban the shift and everything? I will still enjoy it. But what I do love is that I don't have to sit there and block off 3 hours to watch the Brewers. 2 hours and 30 minutes to watch the Brewers? Sweet. 3 hours? Okay. 2 hours and 30 minutes? Sweet. Any extra stuff on top of it? Extra stolen bases, extra singles, less strikeouts? Sweet as well. So I'm excited for the rule changes. I love seeing that it is actually working. And if you think it's a good change for baseball, let me know in the comments below. Or if you hate it, let me know in the comments below as well. Lastly, in what's happening, we've got the PWCC live stream this Sunday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to check that out and join us, Aaron and I go live during the PWCC weekly auction. We buy cards. We're selling cards sometimes. We give away a couple cards every week for free. So if you want to check that out, join us. It's always a very, very enjoyable time. The comment section is great. The community we've grown there is very enjoyable. And you can find that 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time on the SlabStox channel that you are on right now. Always a good time. Come talk cards and enjoy your Sunday night with us. All right, thank you everyone for watching today's Daily Slab. If you like this video, please click that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And I will talk to you guys over the weekend on Monday for the next Daily Slab. See you, everyone.